How's it going, everyone? It is Andre Williams, and you know what time it is. It is time for the joke of the day. If you are new to this channel, the reason why we do this, you probably had maybe you had a stressful day, and you want to come here to watch this video, plus hear one of my corny jokes. So here it comes. Not sure if my sister knows any geography, but Alaska. Come on. Come on, but Alaska. So we're going to be talking about AMC and GME. So like I normally do, we're going to be doing a technical analysis, and then we're going to be going over the institutional ownership and as well as the short interest. We already know we had a lot of volatility inside the market today, and I think it's very important for everyone to be aware in regards to what the support levels are, the resistance levels are, and the type of price action we need to see so we continue to be on an upward trend and make some money. So let's get into it. All right, so we're going to be doing a technical analysis for GME GameStop. Overall on the day, we were up 0.17% on the day, seeing highs of $193.92 and seeing a low of $173.51, as you guys can see on the screen. So we already knew how the conditions were inside the market today, and that was what was reflected in GameStop. One of the things we want to take notice of as well, as far as how it was doing in regards to the pre-market. So as we could see in the pre-market area, just seeing that GameStop was able to actually hold down the high $170 range is actually fairly good to see. As you can see, we tested support areas here at 177. We can call that 178. And we also tested areas here at 178.99. And we also tested areas here of support right here at $180, which where GameStop looks like to be a very comfortable area. So as we got into the market open, as you can see, we have a strong move to the upside, getting to $193. But then, of course, started selling off as the day started to progress. And as you can see, right around here at around 11:20 a.m., ended up getting down to 175. One thing that we know about the 175, we have a good amount of support. Part of the reasons why we have a quick bounce up. If we take a look at how the support was holding up for the day, we can see this 176, like I said, the 175 area holding up very well for GME. If we take a look at the next area here, we have at 178. And if we go up again, showing that we do have some support here at 179. So like I said, for GME, 180 is definitely a strong area, even considering the conditions we had in the market. If we take a look at the resistance areas that we had for the day, you could definitely see clearly we had resistance here at this 184. We can call that 185 level, and definitely getting past that level will be something we'll be looking forward to seeing sometime this week. As we get closer into the close, we end up getting to 183, and then we end up having a bit of a sell-off. The good thing is that right now at after hours at $180.51. So this is actually good to see, and you can take a look at the RSI right here. It's right at 50, so that is fair value. So still more room for GME to move. Just to show you guys quickly the 5-day 5-minute chart. Extend it out here. So like I said, this is a great area of support. So just seeing it hold down 180 is good, and if it holds it down going towards the end of after hours, we're definitely looking bullish for tomorrow and for this week. Now, we want to take a look at the 3-month 1-day chart. And remember, we were taking a look at that trend yesterday. So if we take a look at that trend, look at that. We're right back on trend on top of that 21-day EMA. So previously, we ended up falling through it, but now we see we've recovered and we're back. So just to kind of open this out so you can see this even further, look at that. So we're back to a bullish movement, and it's part of the reasons why I'm definitely looking forward to see what GME does, not only for tomorrow, but for the rest of the week, because definitely once we get past that $200 area, we can start seeing a nice run. All right, so we're now on fintel.io to take a look at the institutional ownership and short interest for GME. So as we go, and we're going to scroll through the page, green rows indicate new positions while red rows indicate closed positions. So now let's take a look. As you can see, from March 29th, we have some adjustments that have been happening, and also a position that was just open where it was 1,209 shares. And then going forward, we see here 885 shares and then another 892 shares. So institutions are capitalizing in regards to the price action that we're seeing with GME. So if we take a look now at the short interest, we can see the short volume ratio is at 27%. As far as short shares availability, it is at 100,000. If we take a look at the short borrow fee rate, it is at 0.88%. And if we take a look, again, this is what we saw most recently with short volume ratio is at 26.84 million. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what that number is going to be looking like come tomorrow. Because like I said, this hasn't been updated since the last time we took a look at it, but it will be coming out maybe sometime later today, but definitely will be out by tomorrow, and I will be covering that, of course. All right, so we're going to be doing a technical analysis for AMC, which ended up being up 1.07 cents percent on the day, which is not too bad considering the market conditions. We had a high of $10.76, and we ended up touching lows of $10.09. So as we take a look over here going into the pre-market, we end up having a nice gap up, and we end up having a pre-market high right here at around $10.65, and we tried testing this area again but just could not get past it. Now, so we end up having a sell-off as we get closer into the open, and also showing levels of support right here around this $10.20 area, which was good to see. So as we got into the open, very similar to GameStop, we end up having a sharp movement getting up to $10.76, and of course this was a resistance area because we were unable to pass it for the rest of the day. Another thing that we want to take a look at, we also had a resistance area here right at $10.65. Now if we take a look at the support that we had going on for quite some time, and it's still holding up, especially as the day progressed, we have some support here at the $10.30 area. So just seeing that, let me just open up the chart. As you can see right now in after hours, we're at $10.34. So as long as AMC is able to finish above $10.30, things will continue to look bullish. Like I said, this is taking into consideration the market conditions that we had. Even if we take a look down here at the RSI, it's right at 47. So this is a little bit below fair value. So just seeing AMC hold down $10.30 will be great. And if this area does not seem to be holding up, or maybe we have a little bit of a pullback, then again, the $10.30, we look at the next area here, is right here at $10.25. We look at another area here, we have $10.20. But I do believe that AMC should be finishing above $10.20 regardless by the time the end of after hours comes to a close. Now, so what we want to do is take a look at the 5-day, 5-minute chart very quickly so we can get to see the overall trend and pattern. So as you can see, this is good. So just a lot of consolidation, staying within those ranges. As you can see right here, we have that resistance like I was talking about before around that 1065. But as you can see, if we take a more open look, right, seeing a clearer picture, it's right here at $10.70. So if we can get past this particular area, we can start making those moves to 1080. And if we do pull back, like I was saying before, we have the 1020, you see 1018, we also have $10. But like I said, it should be finishing above $10.20 by the time the day is over. So now let's take a look at the 3-month 1-day chart to see how the trend is going. So as we can see right here, we already knew that it broke the pattern previously, very similar to GameStop, right? But look, we have a bit of a recovery here. We see it broke through it again, but then we have a little bit of recovery coming back up here. So I'm still maintaining a bullish stance on AMC. And like I said, for the rest of this week, I'm definitely looking forward to seeing some upside movement. That's my thoughts. All right, so we're now on fintel.io for AMC. So what we're going to be taking a look at is there's been any recent institutional ownership or buying in general in regards to the stock. So as we go down the page, green rows indicate new positions while red rows indicate closed positions. So you can see right over here, March the 29th. So we have some adjustments that are happening. And look at this, 1,204 shares and another 100 shares. And this is all from just today. So this is still showing that institutions are showing some interest. Now, if we want to take a look at what the short interest is, we can see the short volume ratio is at 21%. The short shares availability is at 3.3 million. And the short borrow fee rate is at 2.06%. So if we take a look here, looking at the most recent date, which we've covered, which was past the Friday, was 2138. So we should be seeing an update in regards to tomorrow, in regards to how it looks. So that just gives you a quick little bit of an update, how things are looking, and it's showing that institutions have been making adjustments into AMC. So for my final thoughts for AMC and GME, I still see some more room for upside. There's definitely opportunities. Anyone who is holding and isn't a part of the movement definitely need to be having diamond hands at the moment right now. Continue it. Also, for anyone who's doing any short-term trade opportunities, maybe doing some swings, make sure you're aware of those support and resistance levels so you have a plan. That's part of the reasons why I do these technical analysis portions in these videos. Another thing that I want to put in is a disclaimer. I am not a financial advisor, and this isn't financial advice. So just know when you do invest, you're doing it at your own risk. This is something that I want you guys to always know. When you're doing investments or you're making trades, you need to be aware of what the risks are, and you got to make sure that you have the ability to actually stomach volatility when it does occur. So this is why when it comes to AMC and GME, we already know how volatile these stocks may be. We know how they can spike one moment and then go down another moment. Knowing this will help you be aware and be able to handle the fluctuations that we see in price action. Even when we took a look at the institutional ownership, taking a look at the short interest, we could see institutions are moving funds around, and they did that even as of today of March the 29th. So just seeing that alone shows that we can still see some movements in price action. In regards to the short interest, we're going to get some more details on that tomorrow, or I think also on Fintel. They also update it later on in the evening as well. But you know, I will continue to always keep you guys updated. And like I said in the previous video, don't let the media deter you or take you off track. You already have a game plan. If you are trading both of these stocks, you already know where your stop loss should be. When you take a look at those technical analysis portions of the video, you know where it's supposed to be. You know certain risk management things that you could use, trailing stops, so forth. All of this should be able to protect your profits and be able to make moves in the market where you can end up being green, especially on red days like these. Hope you found this video helpful, and we'll talk soon.